YouTube. I just not long got off a conversation, if you'd call it that, with Facebook, Cyberpunk game support page thingy, because I actually got a response from there, and I got the same horsing around horse shit that they're feeding us. So I'm beyond pissed off right now. For the first time in my 40 plus years of being alive, I actually want to sue someone. I want to take them to court.
Hello.
And not because of this other crap that all these other lawsuits are all about, but that is not uncensored. That is not uncensored. Before the game was released, it got an R rating in my country. They stated it will not receive censorship. And that is the sole reason I bought the game. Because let's face it, if I wanted to shoot a game, there's Call of Duties out there. There's all these other shooters out there I can buy. Right? I don't want a PG game. I don't want to go saving ponies. Right? I want a mature, uncensored game. Nudity censor. Off. Right? It is currently set to off. Subtitles are set to off. But that's not the problem. The nudity censor is. The only reason I bought this game, because you promised it would not be censored. Because I'm fed up with buying shit that's censored for the kids. Alright? So use advertise it as. It's labelled as uncensored. Look here. That there is a label of uncensored. Nudity censor off. And via the dictionary, that means that no nudity is to be censored. Right? And then user even said it will receive no censorship. I keep trying to messages. I keep reporting it as a bug, and you keep giving me the horseshit fucking remark of no, it's working as intended. So either one of two things has happened. Yous are purposefully frauding the customer base by saying it is one thing when it is not that thing, it is something completely different. Or yous are not checking and you're just reading that the computer tells you to say. And either one, you need to be fired. So this is the most serious video I've ever put out. If there is, according to the internet, I need a minimum of 7 people. There must be 7 or more persons with claims against the same defendant, and in this case it would be CDPR, would be the defendant. The group's claims must all be in respect of or arise out of the same, similar or related circumstances, which is the fact that the nudity censor is not working correctly and you are not giving us our uncensored game, and the group's claim must give rise to a substantial common issue of law or fact. So I believe some countries are slightly different, but I'm pretty sure if you advertise an item or a product as one thing and it is something completely different. So for example, if you label a fork as a fork, if you label a spoon as a fork and then sell that spoon as a fork, and someone needs a fork and they buy that spoon but it's labeled as a fork, that's fraud. That is that third one. So all I need, the more the merrier, by all means, everyone jump on board. 7 or more persons have to have the claim. Like, I've never had to sue anyone or claim anything at court. Right? I've never wanted to. I've never needed to. This is the first time in my entire life of 40 plus years of being alive that I have to take them to court. They are refusing to give me the product that I bought. And I'm pretty sure there's a term for it. I don't even know where to start searching for what that would be classified as. But instead of having it just sitting there looking at the ground, as you can see, like, this guy's going to keep, Jack is going to keep talking, and that subtitle isn't going to fucking change. And this is the exact same gameplay as I've showed several times. As you can see, it's not progressing. I'm not saving it. Because this is not Cyberpunk. This is not my uncensored game that I bought into. That I paid for, that I was promised. Like, seriously, I want at least 6 more people so I can take them to court. And this is the first time in my life I've ever said that sentence. I would prefer them to just fix it and give me my damn game. But if all they're going to do is feed me horse shit and say, no, it's working as intended. So what's that? Is it classified as, like, defrauding people? Is that the word term is used? Yeah, so this video, like, share it. Spread it around. Like, I need this out here. I need people to help me because I cannot do this on my own. I do not have the financial backing. Because let's face it, they're a $1 billion company. I'm technically a cripple. Right? I'm an old man cripple. And I bought into this game under the advertising and the promise of a mature game. Uncensored.
Jackie,
that's what they said these words.
Remember?
That game is rated R18 plus in your country. It will not receive censorship.
Is it just me or...
Alright?
Know it.
And it's not the fact that, like, it's not the fact that it's like it's 100% censored. Because that's not gonna let me because I'm doing this bit. In the menus, it is uncensored. But in this instance, as you can see, that is not uncensored. That is not nudity censor off. This whole game is fraud. It is... I don't want to keep saying fraud because I don't think it's classified as fraud. I think it's classified as something else.
For the driver!
I need to. This is why I need the help. I'm not. I know the basics of the law. And when I say basics, I mean the dead basics. I know the human rights, that sort of stuff.
It's okay.
And
let's just focus on getting home.
Under the Customer Act, or whatever they fucking call it, right? If you advertise a product as something, it has to be at least in the right category, right? So, like, a lawnmower. You can't sell a lawnmower as a hairdryer because they're completely different categories. If you try and sell it as one or the other, that's against the act. I'm 90% sure of that, right?
Damn.
And this is the same sort of thing.
All the stops.
I'm pretty sure I can say I'm 100% sure that what they are doing right now with this game is illegal.
What does the lockdown do for the Nerdist?
I am 100% confident on that.
Officer,
Illegal.
Ma'am. Damn, are we ever
They promised, and it is labelled as
What's it that makes
nudity
so
censor
special?
off.
Heart of
No
gold?
nudity to be censored.
Only somebody with
And
a
they
heart of
even
gold
stated
can understand
will
just
not
how
receive
much I
censorship.
need to get back
And
to
they
my
are censoring
girl.
it.
Your girl?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be
Like,
worried sick if I don't show.
That
I mean, I'm trying to
I'm
be a
100%
stand-up
sure
guy.
that's against the law.
She's giving me a
Doesn't matter what
chance.
country you're from. I got for the Customer Act,
That's a shame.
whatever they call it. As I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm
Let
not
them through.
a law student or
They're
anything
the
like that.
last. Okay,
me?
on your way.
But
You have a good evening now, officer. Ma'am.
even I know this has got to be against the law. False advertising, fraud, misleading information, okay. My old brains are on blanks, but you get the idea. I need, according to the internet, there must be 7 or more persons with claims against the same defendant, right? So I need at least 6 more people that are against the fact that they advertised it and labelled it as uncensored, and it is not uncensored. Like, I'm pretty sure I could probably sue them for them saying that it's working correctly when it clearly is not. I'm pretty sure I could probably sue them for that too. But I don't care about that. I just want to... I want what I paid for. I don't want this gaming industry... Like, it's bad enough with loot boxes and everything. Now they're doing this. So we can throw loot boxes in the game and we don't even have to advertise it or label it as what it is. What's next? You're going to go to the local store to buy a car racing game,
Bastards.
and you're not going to know which one's a car racing game because they can label it however the hell they like. First-person shooters. What? They don't even have to label it as first-person shooter anymore. It's like, because apparently, because CDPR got away with it, or are getting away with it, can label it as however the hell they like. You pay the money and you can't do jack shit. Because I can't fork out thousands of dollars to take them to court on my own to just blatantly sue them.
Almost at your place.
What about you?
If I could do, if I had the money, I would sue the living shit out of them.
V, they'll let me through.
Sure about that?
And I wouldn't sue them for the money.
I'll play nice Jackie again.
That's why I want to get this. I want to get a class action started. So that's why I am legitimately asking for at least 6 more people. Put the word out there. I am looking for more people who are willing to do this class action. I will go see the local lawyer, and I will get it started. I'll see what needs to be done to get it started.
Sweet dreams then.
So I hope you're fucking happy, CDPR, for the first time in 40 plus years of being
I
alive.
will.
I actually feel I'm backed into a corner and I have to take you to court. And not because this perk isn't working correctly, or that perk doesn't work correctly, but because you have blatantly lied and ripped me off. Like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't have to. If you promise a game, shouldn't you at least deliver on that game?
But
Like, I couldn't give 2 fucks if the performance is a little less. I expected that. It is a PS4 Slim. So I expected it to be less. Same with like texture pop-ins, all that sort of shit. I expected little issues, but to be blatantly, I still don't know whether that's the term, like defrauded. Out of my money. And so when the Americans say $60 game, in my country, it's $100, right? So I was defrauded for $100 twice, because I bought it twice, under the promise of an uncensored mature game.
Gotta be some kind of scam. Gonna have a word with the super. Oh yeah.
And I feel this is how badly you're fucking me over. I feel cornered to the point where I have to take these to court. I have to get in touch with a lawyer and see if I can get a class action suit started. So I hope you're fucking happy. You've ruined gaming with one swoop, and it's not the performances. Because as I will say again, this is a PlayStation 4 Slim. Xbox One and PlayStation 4 Slim, we can expect lesser performances than the PC footage that was shown. I didn't get on the hype train. It wasn't until you turned around and said yes, all the full rating countries, so my country, America and all that, they will be getting the uncensored version. As I look down, uncensored version. There, it's uncensored. That is not uncensored. That has to be against the law.
But they can promise nothing more than a heartless, mindless
So again, in fact, I'll bring it up so I can see my name. Close that. You'll have to excuse me as I'm on the phone trying to figure out as well. Okay, my thingy is... I don't care about No, I don't care about that. Stop clicking on crap I don't care about. Okay, I just need mine, okay. It's Twitter at STEVEN 167-42096. That is my Twitter handle, my Twitter, whatever you call it, right? Which was only started to get in touch with CDPR to confirm and correct, basically. But by all means, again, at Stephen 167-42096. Throw me a message if you're interested. I want to put in a class action against, how would you term it? False advertising censorship, not delivering the correctly censored product, anything along those lines. That's what I want. That is purely what this class action would be about. To get this incorrect censorship fixed. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in for the publicity. I'm not in for anything. All I want is the damn game I bought. The game I was promised. Yes, so again, throw me a message if you're interested. And I'll start working on it, because we can't take this shit no more. These little turds, because they're $1 billion company, think they can just shit on their gamer base. And I've been putting tickets in. I got one response out of about, oh fuck, I think I've put at least 100 in so far. One response out of the tickets, going, oh no, it's working correctly. So, no nudity is censored. That is working correctly, is it? Again, that is what this class action would be about. I really don't want to have to take them to court, but that's the only option I can see. They're leaving me no options. They are literally backing us into, or backing me into a corner. So, again, that's all this video was put up for, was an ideal outcome right now for me would be one of these, I'm going to try and say it politely, people who work at CDPR get in touch with me and say, look dude, we understand where you're coming from, we are going to work on it, or we never noticed it, or something like that, and then they flick the switch and they correct it. The most likely outcome is that I'm going to have to keep asking for help, keep spamming for help, and hope to Christ that I eventually get somewhere. And worst outcome is that, I don't see the bank actually sue them, take out a loan to sue them. Like, I don't know how the legal system works in that finite details. So I can't say exactly what's going to be done, what has to be done, how much shit costs. According to the website I looked up, if I can get a class action going, the lawyer, the company that I'm going through, they are taking the risk, so they fit the bill. So if it doesn't go through, and these fuckers get away with screwing over the customer base and lying about their product, then it shouldn't cost me anything. But if we win, and the company does get, I don't even know what the term's called now, but the class action is successful, then they have to pay, fix, whatever, I don't care. But again, I don't want money. Financially, like, I'm not exactly what I'd call well off, but I'm not exactly what I would call poor either. So like, I'm not like with the Americans, what are the stamps. I'm not doing the stamps. But this is this. I swear, City Power, if I end up croaking it through stress, those little fuckers, Like, I'm sorry about the language, but when they're pulling this dirty crap, and no one seems to be caring about it. Like, I've heard people bitching about, oh, this perk doesn't stack, or this perk only does 10% instead of 12%. It's like, I couldn't give two fucks. I bought Cyberpunk 2077 because it was labelled as an R18 game, and they stated an R18 game would not receive censorship. And in the main menu, as I showed you, it says nudity censor off, which by definition means no nudity is to be censored. And yet I can look down and see censor. So please, any lawyer, anybody who is interested in joining this action, I'm going to start up a Facebook page tomorrow sometime, and I'm gonna really push this because I want this fucking fixed. This is bullshit. 2021 or 2020 when the game came out, it's bad enough you got companies like EA with the loot boxes, but that got attention. The courts got involved, right? You can't prey on people. CDPR are pulling a dirtier move. It's a dirtier move because at least the loot box is labelled as a loot box. They've labelled this game as an uncensored mature experience with an R rating with a switch on the main menu called nudity censor off and on. They even stated in several of their Night City wires it has a nudity censor, but it is optional. You can turn it on to stream or off to not stream. And when it is turned off, it will not censor any of your nudity. They stated that in the Night City wires and their other streams. Then they dropped the game. And look at this. In case anyone is curious too, by the way, that background footage of me banging into that door, it's me trying to glitch through that gate back there. Like, literally, I've given up on this game. And I'm at the point now, I'm looking on websites to get assistance on how to sue / class action, I don't know what the fuck it's called, you know, to get this fucking corrected. This has to be against the law. You cannot sell someone a product that is clearly not what you were advertising it as or what it is labelled as. Like as I was saying, I'm 90% sure that's called fraud. I know a layman's term that they use a lot is false advertising, but that's not a legal thing. Like, you can false advertise, like when you go onto those chat rooms and stuff like that. Let's face it, if you tell everyone you're 6 foot when you're only 5'9", that's false advertising. But they're not giving you money for a 6 foot person and getting a 5'9". I paid for an uncensored game and got a censored game. They labelled it as uncensored. They promised it as uncensored. So again, I need at least 6 more people to start a class action. So share the video, and if you know of anyone that's in the same boat as me, like honestly, the younger audience, they won't get where I'm coming from. They'll go, oh, you're just a perv and stuff like that. That's not the point. Of technically 25-ish years of gaming, right? And the first, holy crap, 15, 20 years of that were quite good, quite enjoyable. It's been the last 5. I'm ballparking here, by the way. Companies that are pulling this dirty shit, and when it's got to be illegal. So if a lawyer watches this, or someone who knows a lawyer, or who was thinking about doing the same thing, contact me on Twitter or leave a comment. I'll check my comments in the next couple of days to see if anyone's made a comment on. After the stream, after I finish doing this stream live, it takes around about the 12 hours for it to go up as a recording. So I will check back in about 12 to 24 hours, check the comments, and then I'll give it another 24 to 48 hours and I'll check the comments again, because I need at least another 6 people. Or, for the best outcome possible, for someone there, I'll roll off some names here. I know Miles Tost is one of them. Where do we go? Where do I check for that? How do I check who I am? I go to there, it's going to be in there somewhere. Okay, here we go. At CDPR, that's not them. Okay, I'm trying to find them. I think he's one of them. Andrew Zedge, Zawada, something like that. I'm sorry if I pronounce your names wrong, but any of these people, get in touch with me. I believe he's one. Macy J. Patris. Dilara Osden. Miles Tost. Metsu Thomas. Wow, okay. Thomas Squywicks. Again, I'm sorry if I pronounce him wrong. Adam Badowski. Cole Walder. Philip Weber. Any of these people, please. One of you get in contact with me. I really don't have to take this to court. I really don't, because medically speaking, I probably wouldn't last very well. Wouldn't fare very well with it. But if I'm backed into a corner, I've got no options. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to lawsuit it. Take it for class action, and for that I need 7 people. So myself and 6 others. Now I don't know whether to keep the stream on and hope that people join, and then when people join I can make the comment like, this is talking about a class action, would you like to join? I really didn't want my YouTube channel to turn into this. It was supposed to be helpful, fun, lighthearted clips, glitches, bugs, awesome achievements and all that. But then this company releases this uncensored experience that is censored. This total fraud of a game. Again, any lawyers, I do apologise if it's not called fraud, if it's called something else. Whatever the legal term for false advertisement. I'm trying to think like legal terms that it would be called, I can't think of it. But when the product they advertise it as and they label it as, it is not. That has to be against the law. And the only way, because I've been trying for over a month, because I noticed this the minute I booted it up, got past the tutorial, you know, the 3 life, by the way, of which, if I bring up my save screen, my longest gameplay is 62 hours, right? I have only just gotten, as you can see, they're down on the street. It's only just now at roughly the mission that is currently bugged, right? All this time, 62 hours worth, is trying to fix that. I don't have to say anything, you can see it. Look at it. That is not uncensored. That is not nudity censor off. That is not, this game has not received censorship. That is not what I bought. And you know what even pisses me off even more? I come into the light, go into photo mode. Now I've done testing, right? Through the glitch. So I know for a fact there are two skins. And any of the gaming programmers will confirm this. Right? That there is a skin that has a bra cup for the females and the panty. And for the men, it's like a G-string painted onto the skin. That is the censored skin. So when you go to the main menu and you go nudity censor on, that is the skin your character is given. When you go nudity censor off, it's given this skin. This skin has nothing painted on it, as you can clearly see. Right? And even if I go down to here and go to close, I've showed this in my previous video. You can see under the thing. It is the uncensored game is in there. It is in there. They are purposefully withholding it from us. Isn't that at least against the law? You know, I'm at the point I've got no options left. The fuckers won't reply. Again, sorry about the bad language, but they're pushing me into a corner. The fuckers won't reply. The only replies I've ever gotten is one from their www.cdpr/support/cyberpunk. Then I filled it out, and that bit I got a reply, and I believe it was an automated reply. And no, that is working correctly. No, it's fucking not. And my second reply was today. The game was released on the 10th. It is, time of recording, the 26th of the month after. So that is 16 days longer than a month. Right? To get two replies. And both feeding me horse shit about it's working correctly. So, again, I really should remember it. At Steven, that's STEVEN 16742096 on Twitter. Right? Throw me a message. Preferably, I would prefer that one of the developers, the CEO from Cyberpunk, from CDPR or CD Projekt, I would prefer one of them get in touch with me, so we can sort this out in a civilized, human way. Because the game they promised is in there. They have chosen to withhold the purchased game. And with my limited knowledge of law, that is against the law. It's like if you go to a car dealer, let's pick a okay, I know one of them's German, which is a German car, Porsche. Just say you go to Porsche. I would like to buy that Porsche, please. Yeah, sure, no worries. And it's brand new. It's all in working order. You sign the paperwork for a brand new working order car. You get home and they deliver the front bumper bar. There's your car, dude. That's kind of how you feel. That's kind of what they've done. We've gotten the front bumper bar. Whereas the rest of our perfectly good working order car, it's like, or in this case, our uncensored game. Like, this is going to be a long stream, I can tell you now, because I have so much anger right now. But I'm going to try and keep it as civil as possible. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. But I'm already at 35 minutes, and I currently I can see 3 options, as I said before. Option 1, right, which is the least likely to happen, or it seems to be the least likely that's going to happen. That one of the people that work there, and not a person that works on the phone and just reads that the computer tells you to say, no, it says it's working correctly, so it must be working correctly. But somebody that actually works at the company, that I can speak to and say, look, this is the issue, this is what I paid for, and this is what I'm not getting, and they can look into it and go, oh yeah, I see that. I can see where you're coming from, I can understand that. And then we can progress from there. That is the best outcome that can happen right now. That is the one I'm praying for. But there's a saying, wish in one hand and shit in the other and see what happens. See which gets filled first. Second option. I keep spamming that, cut my losses, never buy another CDPR product again, and to everybody who asks me, tell them to don't go near the company. They're a cancerous company. I really don't want to have to do that. And my last option, which seems like it's the best option and the most likely to happen option at the moment, is the class action. So, yeah, that's why the stream's up. I'm asking for people who are interested in joining my class action. Because I cannot start it unless I can get 6 more people to join. If I can get thousands, or in the case of how many they sold, millions, to agree to joining my... If everybody who bought the game says, yes, I agree, this is wrong, this should not be done. Because it is very easily fixable. Like, I'm no programmer, but I can tell you now, the limited amount of programming I know, this problem in the game right now, which is making it unplayable for me, can be fixed in like 10 seconds. Right. If you're a slow typer and you've got to find it first, maybe a handful of minutes. It is literally a coding switch. I believe the terms they would use is a if switch. Right? It's along the lines of a light switch. If switch set to off, bulb off. If switch set to on, bulb on. This is the same thing. Exactly the same thing. But they have somehow incorrectly done it, and they're saying it's correct. Because it should be, if nudity censor off, make nudity true. If nudity censor on, make nudity false. Like, as I said, I'm no coder. I didn't do 5, 10, 15 years of coding school, computing school, whatever. I'm no slouch at it. I used to mod on the PC years ago, back before Steam was a thing. So I know enough to know that this is no. Now I know no PC users are gonna probably let's face it, they probably won't even fucking watch it. Because I'm no big ass YouTuber or anything like that, no one's gonna fucking view this, give it mass thumbs up and mass publicity and stuff like that and get this thing sorted out. So like, I can see me having to just, I don't know, either way I'm setting this Facebook page up tomorrow, our Facebook group up. I'll call it something along the lines of, I don't know, Class Action 2077 or something like that. I don't know. because I don't want to have to go to, like, give it a name where they can sue me for what do they call it when you're falsely shining a negative light onto someone falsely. I don't want to be sued for that, because then when I get reeled into court and they turn around and says, you're getting sued for this, so good, can I counter sue for this? No, I can seriously see this putting me in a grave. It is absolutely disgusting. Alright. Like, me as a person, it is nearly impossible to offend me, right? This actually is offensive. The fact that this company is allowed to get away with this, to this, and again, I'm not talking performance and like the subtitle bug. That's an annoyance. 90% of games nowadays will come out with some of that shit in it. I was expecting that shit. But I was not expecting is a new nudity censor off being, oh, let's throw some censor on there. So again, anybody, and I mean anybody, at this point here, I need to get the conversation started. I need to get the numbers. I need the numbers. I need to have at least, according to the internet, I need at least 7 people to have the same claim. And this claim is that they have incorrectly shipped us a censored version of the game when we bought an uncensored version of the game. I believe that is how I would put it as what our claim is. They have sold us a censored version of a game that we bought an uncensored version of. Like, I'm happy if one of the developers messages me and says, look, we've heard about your situation, we're looking into it, and then, I don't know, 5 days down the road, I'll get a message, okay, we've looked into it, we've noticed that the version that was shipped to your country is in fact incorrect with the censorship. Then all this will go away. Like, at the moment, this game is a 0 out of 10. It is not Cyberpunk 2077. And not because of performances, and not because of bugs, but because of a decision. A fraudulent decision. And it's bad enough that they will not respond, but when they do respond, they feed me the same horseshit, computer screen read crap, it's working correctly when it is clearly not. So again, I don't want to have to do this, but it's out there. I'm now going to have to push for it. I need 6 more people. I don't care who you are, where you're from. Like legally I can't say that I don't care whether it's an actual issue for you or not. Like legally it has to be an issue for you, according to the website. So please, like, if you don't give 2 turds about it, just throw me a good luck message or something like that. But if you are legitimately adverse to the fact that they sold you an uncensored mature game and it is a censored game, please throw me a message so I can get this lawsuit, this class action started. If I can get 7 people, I will go down and see. There's a law firm not far from where I live. I will go down and see them and have a word with them, and I will discuss what my options are. So again, I hope you're happy, CDPR. Not only did you botch the release, but amongst all that, you've defrauded. Again, I'm not sure whether that's the term. every gamer that bought into the fact this was going to be an uncensored, mature game. I would not have bought the game if it was labelled as censored. If you had said, if you had turned around and said, okay, it got an R rating, but you were still going to be censored, partially, I wouldn't have bought it. I would not have bought it. I would have stuck with my Dying Light, or, here we go, Grand Theft Auto 5, which has been out for how many years? Because at least that is doing what it is advertised to do. Yes, they're rip-offs, because every 5 seconds buy a shark card, but it never says on the cover, or it never says in a menu, that there will not be advertisements, that we will not push our shark cards. You stated, it will receive no censorship. Those were your words. It will receive no censorship. The notice came out. This country got this rating, this country got this rating. My country came up, R18 plus. And after that post, you stated the countries that received the full rating will receive no censorship. It is censored. It got a full rating. You will not respond. And I don't want to talk to some lackey that has nothing to do with the game. That is just reading a computer, like no doubt the person on Facebook I spoke to earlier today is. Right? I don't want to speak to somebody who has nothing to do with the game. Because they can't go to the game and check and go, oh yeah, that is wrong, we better fix that. Give us some time, we'll fix it. That is what I want. I want anybody at CDPR, any branch, get in touch with me. Even if I have to explain the situation again, or they watch this stream, they understand where I'm coming from, and look into it. Because I can guarantee ya, no one is looking into it. They're all too busy, worried about the 2 lawsuits that are going right now. And believe it or not, I actually want to add a third. How awesome have they screwed up? And this one is by choice, not by accident. If someone who has actually got an insight into the game, so somebody who's worked on it, I don't care what department you, even if it's sound design, can someone get in touch with me, please? Throw me a message on Twitter. Anything. Right? I will be more than happy to open up an email, open up what do you do nowadays, video calls and stuff like that. I'll be more than happy to try and do all that sort of stuff to get the discussion started and to get this problem resolved. I would be happy if someone turned around and said, yes, we've heard you, we've looked into it, there is an error, that is not correct. You have chosen to have nudity censors off, and yet we are censoring you, that is incorrect, which it is. We are going to correct it. You just have to wait till, even if you have to wait till patch 1.2. That is the perfect outcome. That is the perfect outcome is, get in touch with me, start the conversation, yes we've looked into it, we realise it's an error, it will be patched. And to be honest, or to be frank, even if they add an extra switch, because perfect example, Conan Exiles has 2 switches for the nudity setting. Even if you add a secondary switch, have it so it's like a partial sensor and then a full sensor, so you can turn around and have it like this and have this be a partial, or have what you bought and have the full. That would be a better option than just screwing me out of my $200 with your fraudulent claims and your fraudulent statements back them into a corner to the point where, for the first time in 40 plus years of being an Earthling, I feel there is no option but to take someone to court. So I really, really hope that you're so proud of yourselves. Again, as I state in all my other previous videos, like, I'm not aiming directly at a coder. I'm not aiming directly at an advisor or anything like that. This is at CDPR in general. Because let's face it, anybody could get in touch with me. Anybody at that place. I don't care who it is. Someone, get in contact. Wasn't one of your core beliefs of the company when he founded it is openness? I'm open. I'm opening my book wide open. There's 2 pages. Class action. Start a conversation and get it resolved. That's the 2 pages I see. I would rather have the conversation started and get it fixed. No court involved. No begging people to join my class action. None of this going to see a lawyer. None of this stress. None of that crap. Because right now, between the whole world environment, we'll put it that way, I don't need extra shit on top. And this thing you're watching now, where the characters keep walking backwards, I couldn't give 2 fucks. That does not break my immersion. That is nothing for or against what I bought into. The nudity censor is. Okay. Again, it's coming up on to, what's that? A little over 50 minutes. This whole stream is purely put up. I'm asking for help and advice from anybody. If you have any sort of background in law, if you have played the game and you have found that this is not what you were bought into, you were sold, the nudity censor thing, contact me. I've said my Twitter a couple of times in the video. Twitter's on my phone. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me. I really don't have to take this to court. I really don't want to have to. But I'm not seeing any other options right now. So if somebody out there has a background in law and has any advice, like pros, cons, costs, ways to do it, what's needed, that sort of stuff, I'm more than happy to take your advice. Same with if anyone else out of the, I think it was $13 million, 13 million sold digitally. If any of those 30 million people have noticed the fact that their uncensored game is actually censored and are not happy with that, throw me a message. Like, obviously, if I can get half the people, if I can get, say, 5 mil, hell, if I get 1,000 people to say yes, I have the same issue with the fact that it is not uncensored, I will go down and see my local law firm, and I will discuss my options. And if when they say, because it says on the web, you need at least 7 people. So yeah, again, any advice? If somebody knows how to, or can get, if a big name YouTuber watches this, or a journalist or someone that watches this and, oh, I can get in touch with them. Throw me a message. Please. Even if it's only a message like, dude, I can get in touch with them, I'll pass this message on, I'll see what I can do. And I will keep you in the loop. I'll be fine with that. Because I really don't have to go to court. But I'm seeing no other options. I've been backed into a corner over a, the most blunt way I can say this, a dumb, dirty, shit maneuver of defrauding the people of their uncensored game is the only reason I'm in this situation. Of feeling backed up so bad into a corner that it's not even coming into my brain like, oh, I could, I don't know, maybe put a post on Facebook or put a post on YouTube. I've been posting on YouTube. I've been posting on their website. I've been posting on Twitter. I'm getting no responses. They're responding to puppy pictures. They're responding to somebody who's the recent one that the knobhead I don't even read anyway. What's his Schreier or whatever the fuck his name is? I don't read their stuff because actions are louder than words. Prove it. So if you, so the guy that Badowski, I think that's his name, the co-founder guy, his sorry video. No. If you're actually sorry, dude, throw me a message. Say, dude, I've heard that you had this issue. I'm looking into it. That is an action. You got in touch with me. The best action would be just fix it. This update, you're fixing the bug that's happening with Takamura. That update that's coming out. Fix the nudity center and doing that. It's literally a switch. It's not a, as most people would know, like a light switch where you go there and you like physically flick it. It's a 0 to a 1 or a 1 to a 0. It's that kind of switch. At the very least, before this ends up as an hour-long stream, at the very least, CDPR should put out a statement, I don't care where they put the statement, acknowledging that this is an issue, and if there is a legitimate reason why they have made the decision, the shit decision, but the decision nonetheless, to censor our uncensored game.
Wait!
That is being open. That is giving us something. Alright. This has been nearly an hour. Alright? I can almost guarantee no one's going to watch an hour of somebody they don't know complaining. But I have to do this. I need the help. I need the assistance. Because $200 and I did not get the game I was promised. What it is labelled as. I have a cover. I have the physical copy here. And what I'm looking at here is not what the physical copy says it is. Like, and because this PlayStation has been online, I can't even not update it because it forces me to update it. Okay. It's come on to an hour. So, gonna leave yous. Again, 6 more people. At least 6 more people. The more the merrier. I need people for this class action. Or a contact from CDPR. That's all this stream was about. There's the hour. I'm out here, guys. Alright, take it easy. Again, message me. Message me if you want to be a part of this class action.